What does the fox say? Aga, 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 ee! Okay, today we are doing another Eastland road trip, this time starting at the early time of 5 a.m.
This is way too early for me.
Alright, so it's 5 a.m. today and we are making our way to the East Cape Lighthouse, which is the most stunning point to watch the first sunrise of the world.
It's our second day road tripping around the amazing East Cape region, and we're making our way to the East Cape Lighthouse, which is the easternmost lighthouse of New Zealand and one of the first places in the world to see the sunrise thanks to its position on the international date line.
Climbing the steps in the dark was a bit of an eerie feeling. There's about 700 to 800 of those steps to make your way all the way on top of the cliff where the beautiful lighthouse stands. And what a sight we're having. It looks like the sunrise is going to be absolutely gorgeous today. So we are settling for the spectacle of a lifetime. But at last the clouds are moving down the horizon, and at the last minute they are covering the sun, just peeking out of the horizon. We get a few colors in the sky, but that gorgeous East Cape sunrise is not gonna be for today. It's a bit of a deception, but we are super happy to have spent the time here because we got to see a lot.
So we woke up at 4:30, we made our way all the way here, and turns out that the clouds are just like maybe 50 meters too low for that picture perfect. So we'll have to come back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Third time.
Oh, too bad.
Although the sunrise wasn't as epic as it could have been, the coastal scenery and the island views before us more than make up for it. We are so glad we did wake up this early so we could see this amazing scenery.
That wasn't the most amazing sunrise ever, but that was a pretty good one. And that's really what happens in New Zealand, you know, since you're always dealing with the elements. Sometimes it's a bit of a lottery and you may not get what you bargained for. But you've seen us for quite a little while now. We usually get much more than what we bargained for. So for once, we're fine. And it's just gives us a great excuse to come back again. So
It's now time for us to start heading back down that East Cape road that we came up this morning, although we didn't get to appreciate it in the dark when we drove up. But in the sunlight we get to see how gnarly this 19-kilometer road is all the way to the East Cape Lighthouse. There's so many warning signs like wandering stock, steep drops, falling rocks, gravel road. We're kind of fearing for our lives with all the signs, but it just proves to be another stunning road in New Zealand with a lot of traffic along the way. At the other end of the East Cape Road is the little town of Te Araroa, which has a big, long-stretching, pebbled beach where we find a perfect driftwood log to have our breakfast this morning. We also get distracted by the fact that there's a huge sign saying historic tree just by the beach, so we head over there to go check it out.
So you might be asking, what the hell is a historical tree, right? Well, this tree is named Te Waihau or Kohu, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that correctly, and it's the largest and oldest pohutakawa tree, which is the New Zealand version of the Christmas tree, in the East Cape of New Zealand, and it's estimated to be at least 600 years old, and it has a huge significance in local Maori legends. So let's start with why pohutakawa trees are the New Zealand Christmas tree. Pohutakawa is a tree that usually blossoms around Christmas time, which is around summer in New Zealand. They are found all over the North Island, usually in coastal areas, and their flowers are beautiful and red. So red flowers with green leaves is the Christmas color scheme. They blossom around Christmas, all of that coming together. That's the New Zealand Christmas tree. And this one is probably the more gigantic example that we can ever find for you guys of the pohutakawa trees. This is a huge tree with over 37 meters branches. It spans all around and it feels like it's a forest in itself. There is heaps of birds. It's a really awesome tree to check out. But we have a lot to see during our Eastland road trip, so we are heading on the road again.
Our final destination today is the town of Opotiki, but there's a lot of little small and quaint towns to visit along the way as we make our way to Opotiki. One of those towns being Waihau Bay, which is famous in New Zealand for being the set of a famous New Zealand film called Boy. It's also a really cute little fishing village. It has a historic post office as well to check out, and we just have a little stop here for our lunch. After checking out Waihau Bay, we are heading back onto the road, back onto the Pacific Coast Highway, which is the main highway that goes all around the Eastland region, and we are actually then making our way into the Bay of Plenty region, stopping by a little hostel called Whau Bay. We've heard a lot about this hostel, so we can't resist stopping in to check it out. Whau Bay Retreat is famous for its awesome and rugged coastline. It's famous for its fishing, but also its awesome rock pools, which we go and check out and see lots of different sea urchins. It's also a good place to just relax in the hammocks, have some more food, because that's what you do on road trips, you stuff yourself silly. And then after just chilling out in this awesome little bay for a while, we decide to head back onto the road again and back towards our final destination for today, which is Opotiki. Opotiki will be our base for tomorrow's next road trip.
Well done, you made it.
No, I'm not sure if I would then.